The Green Orchard, 1916, is one of a vast number of lost silent films, and, like so many British films of the 1910s, it was an adaptation. The original novel was written by Andrew Soutar, and his stories were said to have been infused with an understanding of human nature, and their simple emotional setups made them particularly appealing for filmmakers to adapt. The Green Orchard was a love story about Favette, an aspiring author who has recently been disappointed. She had been sending her stories to a magazine editor, but soon discovered that the editor's interest was not in her writing, but in her. Soon after this, she meets a young barrister, Martin, who also thinks that his life is not running a favourable course. In a whirlwind romance, Martin proposes that perhaps 2 failures might make a success, and they quickly make their way to the registrar's office. However, learning of their son's sudden marriage, Martin's well-to-do parents object and eventually succeed in separating the pair. Several years later, both separately achieve professional success, but continue to long for each other. Then, one fateful day, they meet again, maturer, wiser, but still in love. Although little stands out with this release, it was said to be tasteful and well photographed, I sometimes feel it's worth considering the unspectacular films of a particular era, the ordinary, lost films that cinema-goers may have met. One little remnant of it remains though. Inside Harold Weston's 1916 screenwriting guide, he notes that it is not uncommon for an exhibitor to show a comedy before a longer film, and therefore you may need to ease your audience from laughter to intrigue with the opening of your drama. To this end, he uses the Green Orchard as an example. The play deals with the story of a man who is ruined by too much affection and a woman who is ruined by too little. The title, The Green Orchard, meaning that love is a green orchard until the sun touches it and mellows it into life. The symbol the adapter chose for the story was a long green orchard with the principal lady sitting in the foreground in the attitude of the Greek conception of grief. Slowly the sun shines down upon the figure, and slowly the character lifts up her arm towards it. Then, when the figure is entirely illuminated, the fade was used. Previous to this, the words, "Imagine love as a green orchard," etc. were thrown upon the screen. At the conclusion of this symbol, the play continued in the ordinary way. The adapter will find this method useful when he has a strong theme with which to work and wish to impress his audience with the spirit of the book. Also, it will assist in making the audience forget the comedy, which has just appeared before the big picture, and gradually get them interested in the story, without commencing with a heart-rending punch, for which the play must suffer for several hundred feet whilst it is being explained.